No compromise in terms of what we believe. We still believe America is the leader of the free world, that the West is superior, that we have to fight for these values, that we should give American corporations and, most importantly, our government an unfair advantage. We are dedicating our company, we have dedicated our company to the service of the West and the United States of America, and we're super proud of the role we play, especially in places we can't talk about. Palantir is here to disrupt and make the institutions we partner with the very best in the world, and when it's necessary, to scare our enemies and on occasion kill them. And we hope you're in favor of that.
At Palantir, we are unashamed to admit that we work on behalf of the American warfighter. I do think we're in the early stages of a new Cold War with communist China.
We are at war with China. We are in an AI arms race.
It's the liberty-loving, tech-building people of the West, especially of America, who produce products that are so superior that the non-freedom-loving people need to shiver a little more than they have in the past. And this is crucial for the West and all of our allies who primarily love the freedoms and liberties we have, to show our adversaries that, in fact, we are superior.
Americans are the most loving, God-fearing, fair, least discriminatory people on the planet. If you're a foreign power sending fentanyl to poison our people, something really bad is going to happen to you and your friends and your cousins and your bank account and your mistress and whoever was involved. And, you know, when Americans are spending $1 trillion on defense, we need to stand up, and those people need to be scared. And they need to wake up scared and go to bed scared. People want to live in peace. They want to go home. They do not want to hear your woke pagan ideology. They want to know they're safe. And safe means that the other person is scared. That's how you make someone safe. And my version of service is the soldiers are happier, the enemies are scared, and Americans go back to enjoying the fact that we're the only one with a real tech scene in this country, and we're going to win everything. That's how I see it.
На Западе тоже появились умные люди, которые рекомендуют киевским властям принять достойные условия завершения конфликта и предоставляют хорошие базовые условия для обеспечения безопасности Украины на длительную историческую перспективу. Условия восстановления отношений с Российской Федерацией и восстановления экономики Украины. Но мы видим, что и сегодня, к сожалению, главари киевского режима не спешат решать этот конфликт мирными средствами. И если киевские власти не желают закончить дело миром, мы решим все стоящие перед нами задачи в ходе специальной военной операции
группировки «Центр» завершили разгром окруженной группировки вооруженных сил Украины и освободили город Димитров. Группировка войск «Восток» наступает в западном направлении в Запорожской области и также по территории Днепропетровской области с целью создания там зоны безопасности. Освобожден город Гуляй-Поле.
Мы видим, на Западе тоже появились умные люди, которые рекомендуют киевским властям принять достойные условия завершения конфликта и предоставляют хорошие базовые условия для обеспечения безопасности Украины на длительную историческую перспективу. Условия восстановления отношений с Российской Федерацией и восстановления экономики Украины. Но мы видим, что и сегодня, к сожалению, главари киевского режима не спешат решать этот конфликт мирными средствами. И если киевские власти не желают закончить дело миром, мы решим все стоящие перед нами задачи в ходе специальной военной операции вооруженным путем.
Mr. President.
Mr. Prime Minister.
It's good to talk to you, and before anything else, I want you to know that I'm signing now, as we speak, Israel's official recognition of Somaliland and its right of self-determination our friendship is seminal and historic. So I'm very, very happy and I'm very proud of this day, and I want to wish you and the people of Somaliland the very, very best there. I think this will be a great opportunity for expanding our partnership. We intend to work together with you on economic fields, on agriculture, in the fields of social development, all the things that we hope we can assist you, and we obviously believe in this friendship. And I have to tell you that there's a lot of excitement here in Israel as well. So I want to use this opportunity, sir, to invite you to an official visit to Israel at your convenience. And I hope very much to see you here soon. This is a wonderful day. It's a historic day. And of course, I'll communicate to President Trump your willingness and desire to join the Abraham Accords. So thank you, Mr. President. Please convey my best regards and the best regards of the people of Israel to the people, to the independent people of Somaliland. Thank you, sir.
That's a great moment and great historical day. The Big Five is here. The other group is the chairman of the party and the vice president. And key officials are here. Mr. Prime Minister, I accepted the invitation, and I am ready as soon as possible for that arrangement that can be made.
We shall arrange it very soon, and please convey my warmest regards to your colleagues and to the people. Thank you, sir. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you. See you soon in Jerusalem. Next year in Jerusalem, we say. It's a few days from now. Thank you, sir.
Sure, I will be glad to be in Jerusalem as soon as possible.
I'm the happiest person in the world today. The historic address on the recognition of the Republic of Somaliland. Excellencies, all world leaders, distinguished delegates, partners, all Somalilanders. Today, I address you at a moment of historic significance for the Republic of Somaliland. After more than 3 decades of peaceful self-governance, constitutional order, and democratic practice, Somaliland has received its first formal international recognition as a sovereign and independent state. This development affirms an objective reality that has long existed. Somaliland meets the legal, political, and institutional criteria of statehood under international law. I express my wholehearted appreciation to the State of Israel for its brave decision, which reflects both historical continuity and confidence in Somaliland's demonstrated commitment to peace, stability, and responsible governance.
Imagine waking up one morning and suddenly your country is recognized as independent for the very first time ever. But instead of the celebration across the world, it sparks anger, outrage, and warnings of instability. Hi, this is Navibal and you're watching Times XP. Israel has officially recognized Somaliland as an independent and sovereign state, making history and controversy at the same time. With this move, Israel becomes the first country in the world to formally recognize Somaliland, a breakaway region that declared independence from Somalia more than 30 years ago. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called it a historic moment and announced full diplomatic ties. That means embassies, ambassadors, and official relations. On the other hand, Somaliland's president welcomed the decision, calling it the beginning of a strategic partnership. But here's where the tension begins, and on the global level. Somalia reacted with fury. The African Union also stepped in and flatly rejecting Israel's move and declaring that Somaliland remains an integral part of Somalia. Several African nations warned that this recognition could actually set a dangerous precedent, threatening peace and instability across the continent. So, what's exactly Somaliland? Well, let me tell you that Somaliland broke away from Somalia in 1991 after the collapse of the central government. Since then, it has functioned like a country in many ways. It has its own currency, passport, military, and elections. While Somalia has been torn by the decades of civil war, Somaliland has remained relatively stable. Yet for more than 3 decades, no country officially recognized it. That lack of recognition meant no access to major loans, aid, or maybe international investment, keeping the region isolated and economically weak. Now comes the twist. Israel's recognition isn't just symbolic. Well, Netanyahu hinted that Somaliland may be willing to join the Abraham Accords. The US brokered deals that normalize Israel's relations with several Arab nations. That could reshape alliances in the Horn of Africa and also the Red Sea region. And that backlash is growing tremendously. Turkey, Egypt, Palestinian authorities, and the African Union have all condemned the move. Even US President Donald Trump dismissed the idea of America recognizing Somaliland, saying it doesn't feel what's happening. So this isn't just about a small region, it's about borders, sovereignty, and who gets to decide what a country really is. So it is not about one small region, it's about borders, sovereignty, and who gets to decide what a country really is. Will other nations follow Israel's lead? Or will this decision deepen a regional fault lines?
Iran has just declared total war on the West. The Iranian president says the country is now at war with the US, Israel, and Europe. This is bigger and more complicated than the Iran-Iraq war. The announcement comes after Israel and the US destroyed much of Iran's nuclear and missile sites in the June 12th day war. Now, Iran is racing to rebuild its military power. Tensions are now at a breaking point. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu is set to meet President Trump. More strikes on Tehran could be coming. The world is watching. The stakes in the Middle East have never been higher. Do you think the U.S. will strike Iran again?
The president of Iran has declared war on the West, and that does include the United States of America.
The Iranian president has now escalated the rhetoric by issuing a dramatic war remark aimed squarely at the West. Masoud Pezeshkian declared that the United States, Israel, and key European powers are waging what he called a full-fledged war against Iran, accusing them of systematically trying to weaken and pressure the Islamic Republic on every front.
Remember that 12-day war? Yes, the president of Iran said wasn't over with.
Pezeshkian said in his interview, and I quote, "In my opinion, we are in a full-fledged war with America, Israel, and Europe. They do not want our country to stand on its feet. Our dear military forces are doing their jobs with strength, and now, in terms of equipment and manpower, despite all the problems we have, they are stronger than when Israel and the U.S. attacked. So, if they want to attack, they will naturally face a more decisive response."
Now, the bigger question would be, does Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth and the United States military know that we're in war? I'm assuming that Donald Trump has some type of idea that this was going to happen because he's meeting with his master, Netanyahu, tomorrow to discuss all type of military action and planning towards this whole situation.
Reports suggest that Netanyahu and Trump are expected to meet on December 29th in Florida. Netanyahu will reportedly use that meeting to push the United States to consider renewing military strikes on Iran, arguing that Iran's activities pose mounting security risks that cannot be ignored.
Being a Marine myself and a combat vet, I understand we have the best military in the world, but for a president that ran off of ending wars, we sure seem to be in a lot of foreign conflict. As always, as more information come out, I got you.
Our top focus on Beyond at this hour, President Masoud Pezeshkian says that Iran is at war with the United States, Israel and Europe, claiming that these countries do not want Tehran to stand on its feet. Pezeshkian also issued a warning, and he said that Iran is now stronger than the recent 12-day war, and any new enemy provocation will face a stronger response. He claimed that Iran's enemies are hoping that something happens internally so they can begin their intervention. In an interview published on the official site of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the Iranian president said, "In my opinion, we are at total war with the United States, Israel and Europe. They want to bring our country to its knees." He added that they are putting us in difficulty and constraint, creating problems in terms of livelihood, culturally, politically and security-wise, while raising society's expectations. Well, Pezeshkian's statements coincide with plans for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's visit to the United States. It is being reported that Netanyahu may present President Trump with a new plan of action against Iran. Remember, Israel and Iran engaged in a 12-day war in June. The U.S. later joined the operation when Trump ordered strikes on 3 Iranian nuclear facilities in June. The United States and its allies accuse Iran of seeking to acquire nuclear weapons, a claim that Tehran has repeatedly denied. Trump has announced a maximum pressure policy against Iran that has included sanctions designed to economically cripple the country and dry up its oil reserves from sales, and this is on the global market. Now, France, Britain and Germany led a campaign that resulted in the reimposition of UN sanctions on Iran in September over its nuclear program.